Hello, welcome back to my channel. If you're new to this channel, please kindly subscribe to this channel and then turn off your notification bell so that anytime I upload something new, you'll be among the first that will get it. If you're an existing subscriber, thank you so much for coming back again. And this is like an update to the story that I made yesterday, the story that's been going around about this woman who apparently lost her life while she was chasing after her husband and a side chick. Okay, I made a video concerning this yesterday, and this is just like an update. And there's this popular saying that when someone passes, that we close the eye of the one that has passed and open the eyes of the ones that are living. Why would that statement simply means that in everything that happens in life, including the loss of someone's life, there's always something that the living can learn from it, especially when it has to do with tragedies like this. So the reason why I'm making this video today is to, first of all, to give a little bit of an update of what I've been able to gather with regards to the background and few of the information that I was able to get with regards to this individual. Then I'll come to the main reason why I'm making it, because just of everything that I got, every information I got about this lady and her husband, there is one particular thing that struck out to me, and that is the major reason why I want to make this video today. So turns out that from the information I gathered, this woman in question, her name is actually Claret. I think Claret Mbono Bassi. She's from Imo State, married to a man from Akwa Ibom. The husband's name is Sunday Bassi, I believe, and then popularly known as Sonny. And these two people, both of them are lawyers. They are barristers. They both graduated from University of Calabar, and they were actually schoolmates, not classmates, but because I think from the information I got, I think the man is like a few years, 1 or 2 years ahead of the woman in school, but they were schoolmates. They actually schooled at University of Calabar, and both live in Calabar. The ladies from Imo State, like I said, and they are blessed with 3 children, 18, 15, and 13. If I'm not mistaken, I think their oldest child is a boy. And I'm still yet to get the gender of the other two. That is not even relevant at this point. But I'm coming to the reason why I'm making this video. Then the story has it from my source that the actual thing that happened was that the man actually told the wife that he was traveling. So apparently the woman believed that the husband traveled up until that Sunday, when a friend of hers called her to inform her that her husband, that she thought traveled, did not actually travel, that the man isn't very much in town. So and this person, the friend called her, gave her details of where the man was at the very moment that she was calling her. She gave her the information, and of course, normally as a woman, how furious she could be, she was at the time, hearing that her husband, who she presumed embarked on a business trip, was actually in town, and he was seen frolicking with a woman in a mall. So of course she jumped into her car. That was after they came back from church. She jumped into her car, just without even telling the children where she was going. Jumped into her car and then zoomed off in that anger and everything. And of course, confirming what she was told, she got to the mall. Tada! She saw her husband and this woman. So the story has it that she immediately blocked the man, and then the rest is history. I don't want to bore you with the story. We already know they went into this. The man tried to escape, and they went into this rat race, and eventually ended the way it ended. And then another information I got, I actually have the picture of the so-called side chick, and then the information I got from my sources that this side chick in question is actually, I think, a physical therapist who took care of this man sometime in the past when he had a minor stroke. I think there was a time the man was not feeling well. He had like a minor stroke, and this lady happens to be the physical therapist that actually took excuse me, that actually took care of him within that period. So of course, the rest is history. They started, I don't know how the whole thing happened, but she's the side chick. She started dating this man. Anyway, I don't know what's going on with my voice. Anyway, so of every information I got about this couple, one thing that stood out for me, that is actually what prompted me to make this video, is that first of all, these people started dating in school when they were in University of Calabar. But according to my informant, this man Sonny is so randy. He is a chronic womanizer. That while they were in school, everybody knew him. Everybody knows that man, knows him as a chronic womanizer. And then in his conquest of every woman that comes across his way, his wife happens to be one of them. And then eventually she became the one that he married eventually at the end of the day. Then what prompted me to make this video is this. One mistake that most women make when it comes to relationship with men, and that is one of the, I want every woman that comes across the video to please listen, pay attention to me. There's one mistake that a lot of women make. Sometimes men make that mistake. People make this mistake oftentimes. One of the first videos that I uploaded on my channel is where I talked about the fact that people don't change. You see, there's always this proverb that somebody gave to me some years ago, and I've always held on to that proverb. That's it. She said, whatever you will not allow on a Tuesday, whatever you not tolerate on a Tuesday, do not allow it on a Monday. What does that mean? You know, people always have this mindset, this belief that they can make people change from who they are. And when it comes to marriage, when it comes to relationship, women always have this tendency to believe that a man who was frolicking with a lot of women when they met him is capable of changing when they eventually become that man's wife. And oftentimes, that's where you see that most times when such women end up being the one that this kind of randy man marries, they always see themselves as the winners. Oh, I am the one that eventually won his heart. You know, maybe when they were dating, she was always having fights with other girls. Anytime she goes to the house, she will see other girls, they fight, they will scream, they will insult each other and everything. You know, fighting over the man. And eventually, if this man decides to use you as, decides to marry you as the one that he wants to raise a family with, because the erroneous impression that people have is that I am the one he decides to settle down with. No, he did not settle down with you. He did not, because if he has settled down with you, settling down means that he has forsaken every other person and decides to be with you. You understand? But people like that, they don't settle down. They simply get a woman who will raise family, they will raise family with. And but at the end of the day, they'll still continue in their behavior, in that thing they know how best to do, and that is frolicking around with everything in skirt. And women have this tendency to make this mistake, to always think that out of all the girls that I fought when I was dating with this man, I am the one that eventually won his heart. You did not win his heart, because his heart is still very much out there with other women. You happen to be the unfortunate one that he decided to use to give the world the impression that he is a responsible man. He wants to have families. He wants to have family. He wants to have kids. He decided to get you in while he continues doing what he's doing. What am I saying? I don't know how else to say it for women to understand that there is something that is called a deal breaker. Every woman should have what a deal breaker for them is. If your deal breaker is a man who cannot keep that thing in between his leg at one point, if you realize that when you are dating, my dear, run. Don't get involved with that person. Don't ever think that if that person eventually marries you, if you eventually get married to that person, that individual will stop. It's not possible. Look, one thing people don't understand is that, you see, This thing that is called old man, the old nature, it can go into coma. It does not die. It takes a little thing to bring it back to life. And when it comes to womanizers, the same way that when it comes to abusers, they hardly change. That thing in them is still very much in them. I see it and I say it. I don't know how else people will understand this. Especially women will make this mistake. When you were dating a man, all you keep doing is fighting other girls off, fighting other girls off, fighting other girls off, and this man will keep pleading with you, making you believe, oh, no, I don't have anything serious with them, blah, blah, blah. Keep telling you all these stories. And eventually when he marries you, you think that man is going to change. Because women will always have that impression. Because this is, like I said, this is one thing that I got from in my investigation about this lady who just passed concerning her relationship with her husband. This man, Sonny, people that know him in school, Calabar then, said that this man is so randy. Of course, if you look at that man, you know that he's a good-looking man. And at this point, he's successful. He was very, very randy. And honestly, believe it or not, the lady that he was seen on the day that this tragic incident happened is not the only side chick that this man has. She is not the only side chick that this man has. This man is a randy person. He is a chronic womanizer right from school. And the funny thing is that this lady knows very well that this is who this man is, and she married him. And now, since she married him, there have been issues about all this thing about women and women and women. What makes you think he will stop now because he has given you his last name? It's not possible. When you knew too well that womanizing was your deal breaker in marriage, why did you go into that relationship with that person? Why did you go into that? That is the one mistake that most women make all the time. You see a man that you know very well that this person has anger issues. He flares up at every little thing. He gets angry at every little thing. You will be dating with the person. He will get angry today, do this, do that. You will keep thinking, oh, when we get married, he's going to change. Then you get married to him. One day you accept that he raises his hand and slaps you. You start calling him an abuser. But what's happening before you got married to him? You saw the whole thing. You did not run away. So what makes you think he's going to change now? Like I said, when I got every information that I got with regards to this family, this was one thing that stood out for me that I felt I need to talk about. Because people always make this mistake. And sometimes women have the impression that, oh, maybe he's womanizing because the other ladies are not good enough. Now that he has gotten me, I have everything that he needs, he will stop. Who told you that? When you were dating this man, he was going for the skinny, for the fat, for the light skinned, for the dark skin, for the taller. That tells you that this man does not have no choice. He doesn't have any. He doesn't discriminate when it comes to women, as far as he's concerned. All he wants to do is just to be who he is, and that is the random man that he is, irrespective of your size, irrespective of your color, irrespective of everything. This is who he is. You saw all these things. Like I said, this message is no longer for this woman because she's gone. But it's important for the ones who are living to learn from this. When you are dating somebody, know what is a deal breaker for you. Before I got married, I knew what my deal breaker was. And in the course of my, searching, anytime I see anybody that has the tendency for what was a deal breaker about me, I don't care how much, whatever, I'm done with you. I am done because I cannot live the rest of my life fighting for something that I know I cannot change. Most times these things, you can't change them. But it seems as if that most times women don't know what the deal breaker is for them. Women will always think, oh, this thing is happening to this person because this person is not good enough. In my case, it's going to be a different case. What makes you think it's going to be like that? What makes you think it's going to be like that? This woman knew this Sonny very, very well when they were together at University of Calabar. She knows how many girls she had to fight because of this man. Then they got into marriage. She knows how long she's been fighting this. This is why she was so furious on that day. It's like, so this man has gotten to this point of telling me he's traveling only for him to stay in the same town that I am with a woman. This was not the end. And I ask again, was it really worth it? Was it really worth it? This is just an eye opener for ladies. Open your eyes. Know what you're if you know that you can tolerate that man when you were dating him and you keep seeing other ladies around him, just have it at the back of your mind that when you marry him, the whole same thing will continue. There is every possibility, 99% possibility that the same character will continue. If you're able to tolerate it, then why can't you tolerate it in marriage? Because that is what you signed up for. I made a video one time that I talked about this Annie Dibia, the wife of Two-Face Dibia, who came out the other day and started making noise, disturbing the whole world, that her husband is doing this. This is the same man that you were dating. While you were dating him, he was getting other women pregnant. What makes you think that when he marries you, he will stop getting? He had children with other women while he was still dating you. You allowed it then, you tolerated it. You were comfortable, you were okay with it then. You saw this is this man's flaw. You went into the relationship with him, only for you to come back years later to start disturbing people that your husband is doing this. Come on. You knew this is who this man is. If you knew that this is not something you can take a walk while it is still early for you. Take a walk. Take a walk. Some things can work for other people, but cannot work for others. Just like Doche made it very clear. Polygamy can work for some people, but for me, it does not work for me. Everybody knows what that can work for them. Some people don't mind a man that raise their hands or raise their voice at them once in a while. A lot of women don't care. But if you know that such things are not the kind of thing that you take, when you see a telltale sign of that in relationship, run. When you're dating a man and each time you go to that man's house, you see with another woman. The next day you go, you're seeing another girl. This the other time, another time you're seeing another girl. That tells you that this man is randy. If you know you cannot take a randy man in relationship, then do not marry this man. Simple and short. Why do women get themselves involved in this kind of trouble? I don't understand. Anyway, this is just my thought. This is what I got in the course of my investigation. And I felt like I needed to talk about it. As usual, I didn't want this video to be this long, but unfortunately, it is longer than I expected. Whatever is your thought, you can do well to leave it at the comment section. With this, I'll say thank you so much for watching, and bye-bye.